You're such an asshole.
Late night Cappy in the middle of the Arizona desert at his buddy's place who he abandoned because he had to fly out. Now Cappy's got his place. How you guys doing? I am in the middle of the desert of Arizona, and my buddy did take off. He had a family emergency. And now I'm holding down the fort, and there were, I think, coyotes howling. Not too long ago, there's a full moon with swirl cactus silhouetting the sky. It's actually, you can't get any more Arizona than this, unless maybe a tarantula or a rattlesnake came through. But it is winter. Hi, Aaron. I'm a 29-year-old personal trainer in the United Kingdom. For the last 3 years, I was working for a university gym for 25 hours a week, making about 15,000 pounds a year, which is about 21,000 US. I recently quit that job to pursue a full-time job to make more money. I applied for a 40-hour week job at a car insurance call center and have been working there for a month and hate it. Same salary, but with bonus incentives on top. Salary, how could it possibly... Oh, 25 hours, 20, 40. Okay, so you're making roughly 40,000. I skipped going to work there today and feel I made a big mistake leaving my old job. My position at the university gym has already been filled, so I'm looking for other jobs online and thought I would ask for your advice. I have roughly $9,000 in savings, dollars, with no liabilities, cash car, and living rent-free with my older girlfriend. Well, you sound like a winner, dude. Any advice would be appreciated. I'm open to other ideas other than personal training. Kind regards from the United Kingdom. Like to remain anonymous. Okay. You left school at 16. You have your GCSEs in maths, English, and science. Worked as a cashier. Looking and doing security, as you recommended that. I could do minimalism. Something low stress would be ideal. Pay for the stress. Guy, okay, you're a loser. You're just, I can't tell you anymore. You're a loser. Look, I'm all for minimalism. And I'm all for working. Heck, the buddy I'm staying with here, he worked at gas stations. He's 50 years old. He worked manual labor, but he always, you know, he's an artist. He pursues his art. He knew he was never going to make a lot of money. But you sound like you didn't give a shit. You didn't try for jack shit. You just walked off the job. You just didn't feel like showing up that day. That indicates a very immature attitude problem when it comes to work. Look, no matter how much the job sucks, you said you were going to show up. You had a social contract that you would show up, unless you took a day off, in which case you could ignore this scathing tirade. But you just skip going to work. That's what 14-year-olds do. Well, okay, today 14-year-olds don't even work. They just sit there on their fucking phone. But that's what 14-year-olds did in the 80s and 90s. And working 25 hours at a gym as a personal trainer, that's a part-time gig, dude. That's a part-time gig. Now, if you were a minimalist and had your own place, hey, I'm doing the van life. You're not. You're living rent-free with your girlfriend. What the fucking hell? I mean, usually we're pretty hard on the women here, but yeah, every once in a while there's a guy like you that comes on like, well, you know, what do you think her friends and her parents are saying about you? He's a loafer. He's a parasite. He lives off of you. I mean, your dick better be this fucking big and like a fucking oil well pumping and drilling away nonstop. You look, it sounds like you're not even trying at all, in any regard or capacity in your life. And minimalism is used for freedom. That's why you have minimalism, is so that you don't have to answer to the man, or you have to answer that much to the man, and it frees up your time to go and do other shit. And I always recommend doing minimalism in combination with a highly in-demand skill, so you don't have to work that many hours as a contractor, so you could go free to hike, or in the case of my buddy, do art. Other people like the great Matt Baldoni do music. You don't have that. What do you do in your free time? Do you play video games, or you go to the gym? All right, it's too late. That gym is gone now. But the bigger issue is, what are you're 40% dead. Maybe 45, even 50% dead if you don't have that good life expectancy. What the fuck are you going to do with the rest of your life? This is it? I would get your ass into the military if you could. I would get your ass into some kind of online accredited education. I would get some kind of skills or a trade. I would get your ass back to school, and I would go look at being a security guard. That's something you can look into. As long as you ain't got a criminal record. I don't know what the licensure is over in the United Kingdom or the particular province or state or whatever kingdom. Domain, realm, whatever you guys divide your country up into. I don't know what the licensing requirements are, but being a security guard is one thing. That would bring in the money. Then the second thing is go find some college program. Doesn't have to be college. Could be online through Western Governors University, Arizona State University online, an accredited online American university. The United Kingdom has some programs. Shit, your school is practically free because, hell, the taxpayers don't pay for it. It's free. It's all free. It's heavily subsidized is what I'm saying. It's cheaper than it would be in the United States. You could go to trade school. This is like I'm talking to a 19-year-old, not a 29-year-old. You got to have some kind of core skill or trade or ability that you could go and you could always resort to, and you're not a parasite off your fucking girlfriend. 25 hours a week at a gym. What, did you have another gig I was unaware of? The insurance company, you just have to work there and suck it up. I know that you were cashier, worked at a gym, and now this call center, and all jobs suck. Yeah, all jobs do suck. Too bad you hate it. All jobs suck. But you're just going to have to go through that and stick with that insurance call center and do your job and make your money so you can at least eat. And in the meantime, try and find a job working security or something. But this is not, that's a temporary stopgap measure. That's just to put, where the fuck are you going at 29? Where do you want to go? So while you're working security, it'd be ideal if you could get the security guard job, because then you could sit and you could do life planning. I always did that. I plan out my courses, and I'd figure out math, and I'd do budgeting and financing and projections, none of which came true, but at least I had a plan. And that would allow you to sit down like, okay, what do you want to do for a living? Aside from avoid work at all costs and live off your girlfriend. You've got to come up with something, man. You've got to come up with something, because there's nothing worse than having a life where you just work shitty job after shitty job. I'm not saying that your career should be your passion, but you got to find something to do. Write books, become a programmer, something that makes you more money, so that at 29 you should be kind of getting out of that bullshit where you don't have to deal with worrying about how much money do I make anymore. You should have enough years experience and a skill that's been honed and crafted that you could command a decent salary, that you don't have to worry about food, clothing, and shelter no more. So you got to get that. And then the second thing you got to do while you're working security is figure out what your passions are in life. And then that'll give you the incentive to go get your programming boot camp certification, your certification in Python, R, maybe go computer networking, although that doesn't pay too much, accounting, become an international CPA. You got to do some fucking thing. I like security, as always. I think you should go into the military because they will kick your ass and give you a brand new work ethic you never saw existed or thought existed. But if you don't do that, your larger problem is you have got to come up with a dream or a goal in life, and sometimes that takes time. But this sailing through life, I mean, what the hell does your girlfriend do? I mean, does she have nothing going on that she's dating you? Unless, again, you could have failed to tell me about this huge aspect of your life I didn't know about. But right now, what you told me, you sound like a loser. And it's not because you've committed crime or you're a bad person. I don't mean a loser in that way. You just have nothing going on, man. Nothing. So find something to go on. I mean, hell, even get a hobby, a skill, something a passion, so it defines you. Otherwise, you sound like a drifter. But anyway, to speak it, yeah, security is a great. Security is security. Get your ass in some kind of school or program or trade certification, something. And then while you have that many years experience working at a gym as a personal trainer, go find, there's got to be other gyms, a private gym or something like that. Go, because that's on your resume. That'll help you land another job. Go work at night or part-time at a gym. Get your free membership there, I assume they give you a free membership. Keep hitting the weights. I like the fact that you are a minimalist. You don't have any debts. You have savings. That's great. But so would I if I didn't have to pay for rent. All right, that's it. We're going to do baby steps. Education, part-time job, security, something like that. Any kind of job that you can study while you're working it. Librarian, parking lot attendant, Look for dog shift or night shift, the graveyard shift, third shift, whatever they call it. We used to call it the dog shift. So you have to deal with people, and you're allowed to work on your own. You got to make sure that you can work on your own. But yeah, and then while you are out there meditating and in the desert working the third shift, grab big ass sheets of paper. Not construction. What the hell are they called? Think clearly. Architect paper. Big white sheets of paper, and start mapping out your life and figure out what you're going to do with the remaining roughly half of your life that you haven't pissed away yet. All right, we'll talk to you kids later. Doodles.